First of all, weather is interesting in video, and we find whether you're coming to the mobile apps, the mobile web, or the PC-based web, folks are wanting to stay and see more video. It tends to fall into two categories. One is extension of weather. So people love to see weather, like to see severe events. They like to see powerful weather. They love to see lightning and tornadoes and hurricanes. So folks who can film that safely put that up, and people watch that. People also want videos that tell the forecast. So we do have meteorologists who actually record the forecast, and that video also runs on a mobile device and on the PC. Lastly, I would say weather is very local, and where there is other local events and localized video, that tends to get aggregated well into weather.com and Weather Underground. So we have a very good new editor, Neil Katz, who's focused on all of those categories. So developing weather video, science behind the weather video, and then weather and what it means to travel, weather, what it means to health, weather and what it means to climate. There's some things that are very connected that he's producing as well. And then he's also curating and aggregating a lot of local video, which is very important to people. And weather tends to be the dominant conversation in any local media. And we just find that it extends from there to other local conversation. So video is embedded throughout our sites. So if you go to any city site, which is what most people do on the weather sites, you'll get a main video, and then you'll get a choice of 5 more. It tends to get smart and know you, know the location, know what other people are watching, and make strong recommendations. In the mobile application, there is a national video feed, which is where people really want science. And there's also a local video feed, which tends to start with the local forecast. Listen, mobile for us is a profitable and fast growth business at reasonable scale. I mean, $1 million IO is not unheard of for our mobile. And I think the reason for that is A, we've got a huge audience, and B, you can target that audience geographically, and you can further target that audience by what's going on, what's predicted to be the weather in the next few days. And that's really useful to advertisers. So our best advertisers are actually buying us in a very precise, data-driven way at scale and finding it very useful. So I don't agree that mobile won't monetize as well as the web. We have examples of where it's monetized better than the web. So listen, we do have a premium product. It's branded and has a lot of authority. So our direct sales force working with large advertisers tend to build strong, compelling, long-term campaigns. And that's the primary way we go to market. That said, when we have a peak, like we did during Sandy, or every day there is some inventory that's just going to get bought in a different way, and we tend to use the ad networks quite effectively there. I would say it tends to still get used for those who really want a specific location, so they're buying a geography, or those who have weather-related content. Because we have such a category dominance, I think we tend to get used a little bit differently. People are not buying blind impressions on us. They're buying weather parts. So our mobile apps have a TruePoint technology, and most people opt into this. And that means that it allows the phone to tell us where you are, because most people want to know the weather where they are. So the first location from the left is your TruePoint location, which is exactly where you are at the moment. From there, people put in other locations, and I would say most people enter locations. So it's not hard for us to pinpoint because people are telling us. Weather isn't useful unless you give it a location. Listen, the parent company had been known as the Weather Channel Companies, and I think that made sense in the early days when the Weather Channel, the cable channel, was our big business. Our TV business is still very important to us, but our web and mobile has become huge. We also do a lot of B2B, where we provide weather services to airlines, energy traders, wind traders, agriculture, insurance. We also provide weather to local television and other folks who broadcast weather. So given all these different ways we're doing weather, it made sense to be more simply just the weather company. We certainly intend to keep building out our local platform. Weather's very unique in that 7 billion people care about the weather, and they're willing to organize themselves into at least 100,000 different discrete locations. So I think we'll build from there to a lot more local media. I would say the other thing that we're doing with that is putting weather inside other sites, so it becomes more of a weather network versus just the properties we own. Mobile will continue to be a big driver for us, and all of this is pretty nascent outside the US, so I think the global opportunities for us are quite huge. Well, listen, we've always taken the weather wherever people need it. So to me, it'll be app-based. We are building apps right now for connected TVs. There's also a lot of design which has the mobile phone becoming a remote connected to the TV. So we're doing things that sync the devices. But I think it'll still be a great television experience. It's where we started. It's just going to be localized and personalized using the foundation of an application.